Hey, what's up everyone? It's Bruno here. One of my inspirations for going whole food plant-based is Dr. Michael Greger and his website nutritionfacts.org. Confronting the overwhelming evidence for a whole food plant-based diet really made it a simple decision to make the switch. Now, one of the resources that really helped me out at the beginning was his Daily Dozen. The Daily Dozen is basically just a list of the healthiest foods and behaviors to include in your daily routine for optimal health. In fact, there even was an app that allowed me to track the servings of these foods so I can get the most out of the Daily Dozen. So some people might look at the list and wonder, how are they going to get all these foods to fit in their daily routine? But if you really look through it and all the serving sizes, you'll see that it's actually not that hard. And as a matter of fact, all it really is about combining foods and learning to incorporate a bunch of different ingredients into your meals. So I want to show you exactly how to do that in this video by going over one of my typical days and seeing how well it tracks in the Daily Dozen checklist. So if you appreciate this content, please feel free to leave a like and we'll get right to it. Alright, so first up is breakfast. As per usual, my breakfast consists of oatmeal, and I had about 1.25 cups of oats, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of raisins, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds, and then 1 cup of frozen mixed berries. Now, if we were to tally all this in the Daily Dozen app, that comes out to about 1, maybe 2 servings of whole grains, a serving of spice, a serving of ground flaxseed, of course, 1, maybe 2 servings of fruit since the raisins were dried fruit, and then technically 2 servings of berries, but I can only tick 1 off in this menu. Okay, and now for lunch. So today for lunch, I had my red lentil and quinoa mix, and although there was some extra veggies in there like garlic, onion, and some other spices, I didn't include that in the measurements. And then I had some broccoli, sweet potatoes, an orange, and later on I actually snacked on an apple. If we were to plug all of this into the Daily Dozen app, you would see that's about 2 to 3 servings of beans, depending on how accurate the measurements are. About 2 servings of grains because of the quinoa, a serving of cruciferous vegetables from the broccoli. Technically, I think it was 2 servings of vegetables from the sweet potatoes, but maybe 1. And then 2 servings of other fruit, considering the orange and the apple. Okay, and now on to dinner. And for dinner, I had my smoothie as I like to. And I had about 2 cups of mixed greens, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of amla powder, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 3 bananas, and a cup of frozen blueberries. And if we were to plug all this into the Daily Dozen app, we would get about 2 servings of leafy green vegetables, another serving of nuts and seeds, but there's nothing to tick there. A serving of spice from the turmeric, but there's nothing to tick there. About 3 servings of fruit because of the bananas, and then another cup of berries, which I cannot tick off. So all in all, in the food department, I believe I checked off everything. I do drink water throughout the day, and especially on that day, I was having my workout, so I drank an exorbitant amount of water. And the B12 supplement, I take a weekly B12 supplement sublingually every Sunday, just a large dose. I don't have to do it every day, but I still checked it off because I've done for the week. And then exercise, like I said, I work out about 5 to 6 days a week, and yesterday was no exception. I had my workout for about 1.5 hours of vigorous activity. So as you can see, it's really not that hard to tick off these boxes. The real challenge is just learning how to combine foods such that your meals can get a bunch of servings ticked off in one go. So for example, with the oatmeal, had I just done oats, cinnamon, and 1 serving of raisins, that would only be about 3 boxes ticked off. But adding the flax seeds, adding the berries, allowed me to tick off, 2-3 more boxes, something like that. So since I measured everything out, I was actually able to plug everything into my chronometer, which is basically just a nutrient calorie tracker. And as you can clearly see, I get well over 2,500 calories. I'm trying to grow, so I'm trying to hit over that 2,300 limit that I set for myself. And if we look at the nutritional composition of my whole day, you can see I'm hitting well over 100% in all of my nutrients, except for some of the B vitamins. And although that can be a sign of concern, I'm not really too worried about it, because to get some B vitamins, all I could have really had done was just added like a tablespoon or 2 of nutritional yeast and called it a day. And now that I see that, I might start doing that with some of my meals. Furthermore, the only qualm I have with chronometer is that unfortunately not all the foods have the full nutritional profile included, especially when they come in a prepackaged form. So for example, the Bob's Red Mill flax seeds only have whatever's on the label, so it's not including the whole nutritional profile of that one. Same with the Kirkland greens and the Kirkland berries. So considering that some of the foods are actually missing some of the nutritional info, it's kind of shocking that I'm well over 200-300% in some of these nutrients without really even thinking or trying. What really matters is learning how to combine foods such that you are getting the rainbow of colors and the wide variety of fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds that you can. After all, like I just shown, the Daily Dozen is not necessarily a very difficult thing to accomplish. It just takes a little bit of know-how, and then at the start you're not going to get everything, but you just start to learn what you can include, how you can add things to meals to tick off more boxes. And once you start doing that, it becomes honestly second nature. As a matter of fact, I don't really use the app anymore. I just did it for this video just to illustrate and show practical means how I do it. And honestly, that's just how I do it. It's honestly autopilot at this point. It was just very useful at the start so that I can see how I can make meals in a fashion that is as healthy as possible. Because who doesn't want to be healthy? And having gone through the learning curve of a whole food plant-based diet, I'm realizing it's not that hard, it's quite easy, it's really delicious, and you just feel better than you did before. And you never know until you do it. So I just recommend this to everyone. And if you want, definitely check out the app, Daily Dozen. I would also highly recommend Dr. Greger's 2 books now, How Not to Die and How Not to Diet. Both amazing books, I've read both of them. How Not to Diet is absolutely amazing, and it goes into great detail about how to keep your waist slim, which is something I like. So once again, thank you guys for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm outside, I don't know if you noticed. It's a beautiful day in California, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day yourselves. So for now, take care. Peace.
Man, y'all just don't know about this life I'm living right now, man. I'm just fucking loving life, bro. You just gotta love that life, bro. Mwah, love that shit. Love that shit.